Hello, everyone, and welcome to another one shot in our That Time They Were series.
What's that, you ask?
Oh, just a fun series where we yoink our main PCs from our long-form D&D campaign, drop them into an alternate universe, and see what happens.
I'm Dusty, my pronouns are they, she, and today I will be playing an alternate reality version of Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her.
And I am Ariana, my pronouns are she, her, and I am playing a alternate universe version of Elisora Spittlespark, whose pronouns are she, her, and she's old as heck.
My name is Moira, my pronouns are she, they, and I play an alternate universe version of Varys, whose pronouns are he, they, with a twist.
With a twist.
With a twist.
With a lime. Today, we are super excited to be playing Brindlewood Bay, created by Jason Cordova over at The Gauntlet.
And doubly excited to be playing a mystery created by the super talented Meadow over at Meadowlark Games. You can find the link to their mystery as well as Meadow's socials and the game itself in our show notes. So, if you enjoy what's to come, definitely go check them out.
And we'd like to give a huge shout out to our Green Fiend Patreon supporter, Michael, for giving us some NPCs for the game and giving me some advice on my first time running this.
Right. This is our first time playing this game, so if we make mistakes, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No one else will probably homebrew anyway.
That's very true. Because there's going to be a pseudo-dragon and elves.
And other things.
And other
that
things.
Probably weren't accounted for with this.
Yeah.
But
totally
anyways, just like with our last AU one shot, if you're new here, welcome in. You don't have to have listened to any of our previous episodes to enjoy this one.
And if you're a listener of our main campaign, Tales of Three, welcome back. And get ready for more 2-0 shenanigans. It's going to be funny.
It's going to be fun. Brindlewood Bay is a cozy game on the surface, but it definitely has some horror lurking underneath. Plus, we're going to be investigating a murder. So quick content warnings for body horror, gore, emotional distress, fantasy violence, profanity, romance and sexual situations, and mechanized spiders. You can always find a full list of episode-specific content warnings in the show notes of each show.
And with that, let's get to it.
Hey.
Watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity.
So here is how this game is going to go. Just a heads up, there is a little bit more, I think, above table talk than we are normally used to in our games. So I'll obviously feel like I'll be referring to the rules a lot and stopping and all that, but that's totally fine. So the first thing that we're going to do is, well, I guess I should say, welcome to Brindlewood Bay.
Welcome.
The title of this is going to be That Time They Were Murder Mavens, because we are all murder mavens.
Well,
of Brindlewood Bay. Yes.
I'm not.
We are. Well, actually, you both can tell me if your characters are actual murder mavens or you were unwillingly dragged into the book club by one Elisora Spittlespark. So the book club is a group of older elderly people who are kind of infatuated with Amanda Delacourt and the Gold Crown Mystery Series, written by Robin Masterson. Elisora joined, for sure, and she's recently actually introduced them to a new author and a new book, which we'll definitely touch upon later. We're going to leave that for a fun surprise for right now. But anyways, the first step in Brindlewood Bay is introducing our characters.
Mm-hmm.
So who would like to go first? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do name pronouns, which we did in our intro. We're going to talk about what style we picked, our cozy activity. Okay, looks like I'm going first. So in the true heart of Tales of Three, I am playing both the Keeper, which is kind of like the Dungeon Master, the guider of the game, as well as one of the murder mavens, Elisora Spittlespark. Elisora's name is Elisora. Her pronouns are she, her. For her style, I went with all the cardigans. I definitely think in her old age, she is super into very cozy, hand-knitted patchwork cardigans, for sure. I should say she is a tall, 5'10", pale half-elf with freckles and big green eyes, wavy, curly-ish red hair, but actually now mostly gray hair, because she's an old lady. And she is never seen without her gently used, maybe heavily used, worn, patched up, sewn up green jacket with lots of pockets. Her cozy activity, the activity that I picked for Elisora is metal detecting. I think in her old age, she has become the lady on the beach who's out at all hours scouring for whatever treasures she can find that may have washed up or been buried in the sand. Let's see. Oh, and the Maven move. The Maven move I picked for her is the MacGyver. So essentially, when I improvise in a situation using whatever is at hand, I ask the other players to name 3 objects that I find in an environment, and so long as I can give a plausible explanation for how those 3 objects come together are helpful in the current situation, I get an automatic 12 plus on a single associated dice roll.
Nice.
Yeah, so I feel like that was really fitting for Elisara's character. She's definitely the type of person who can kind of put stuff together real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants to go next?
Okay. So I am obviously playing Ivy, Nightbreeze, Tinker Fae.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we really set on like a timeline for this. So I'm just going to go with she's older. So we have like in this Brindlewood Bay, we have styles that you can pick from. And there's a couple different options. Some of them are really interesting, like Martha's Vineyard office hours. But one of them is Alexis Carrington Colby from Dynasty. And that is Ivy's.
I was going to say, tell us who that is.
So it is a character from Dynasty. She wears like very tailored.
She wears Lulu Lala Limus.
Yeah, it's very tailored, very like.
Not even. She's like tailored Italian.
Yeah,
it's
tailored Italian. Yeah. So like sharp angles.
High fashion, I would say, maybe.
High fashion. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Fancy.
So that's what I'm going for with Ivy. She's always impeccably dressed. Her hair is always done nice. She retired from adventuring and just went full glam.
Love it. That sounds about right.
It's as she should.
Her cozy activity is painting.
Aww.
And my Maven move is Gordon Shumway. You have a feline friend. This is going to be a scaly friend with whom you share a strong bond. This extraordinary kitty, dragon, can do tricks and follow simple commands. Name your precocious puss, dragon, and add them to cozy little place. When you use the cat, dragon, to get an advantage on a roll, leave it unmarked.
Amazing.
Yeah, so Bia has made her way into Brindlewood Bay, which I'm very excited to have.
Yes. Oh, very quickly.
Yes.
You should tell the new listeners why Ivy is older and not an old woman like the rest of us, or an old person like the rest of us.
Ivy is an elf.
Mm-hmm.
So she can live obviously a lot longer than people with shorter lifespans. So while she looks older, it's not like super older.
She's like a MILF, like a hot.
Yeah, she's a
what, no,
yeah,
what's the grandma?
gilf?
Like, yeah.
It's a gilf, yeah.
I hate that.
I hate it too.
Okay.
I don't know why you brought it up like that.
Well, because I was thinking and then I thought further and then here we are.
And then it just devolved into chaos.
Yeah.
We could have gone through this whole game without ever hearing the word gilf. But
Sorry.
here we are.
And now
And
we
yet-
said it 4 times in a span of 30 seconds.
Well, you broke the seal. Now
I
it's got
know.
to be said every other word. It's the rules. I don't make them.
It's our Chekhov's gun. Okay, Weira, please.
It's just our D's Nuts episode.
It is.
Yeah. Sorry, the ligma kind of came up to my brain. Well, my character's name is Varus, of course. His pronouns are he, they. For style, there's so many cool ones to pick from. Hippy Dippy, Office Hours. Up in Pumps would have been an interesting one, but I
Yeah.
actually chose to make my own. And it's titled He's Giving Lestat.
It's
Yes.
giving Lestat.
Amazing.
Because
So Up in
he is a
Pumps.
fanciful fuck.
So up in pumps.
Is he wearing a poet shirt? Is my question.
He's wearing what I would
2.
say is like a slightly more modern version of a poet shirt.
Love it.
And he's wearing
Love it.
2.
So we need to
because he's got trauma.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to shred a shirt in this.
It's
episode.
made out of very not thick, but like
Dude.
Made out of
very
Teflon.
sturdy material.
He's got a bulletproof poet shirt on.
No, we have to be able to shred his shirts. It's tradition.
Valid.
His cozy activity, I couldn't decide. There's so many really cool ones.
Mhm.
I was either going to be reading or knitting, but I'm going with knitting because in canon, it was delving into it a little bit.
Love
Mhm.
it.
Maven moves, I chose Remington Steel, which is you're very talented at passing yourself off as someone you are not. If there is a piece of identification or disguise that would help you with your ruse, you have it. Say what it is and add it to your cozy little place.
So what is it?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Or do we decide in the moment?
Decide in the moment.
We can decide in the moment. That's totally fine. Do you guys want to describe what they look like, or do you want to do it when I do your cozy vignette?
Cozy vignette.
Okay. You want to save it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're going to do another little quick round table. We're going to go around again, and we are going to have each player describe 3 key aspects of their Maven's backstory. So the first one we're going to talk about is their deceased partner, their children, if any. Pets are okay here, obviously, and their career before they retired to Brindlewood Bay. And then after each of us tells the information, the other 2 are going to name one object that can be found in your Maven's home in Brindlewood Bay. And we'll write that down, and it's something that we can use. And it can be anything from an award to a gun to a button to a teddy bear, literally whatever inspires you from this person's backstory. I'm going to guess that you guys are going to make me go first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Examples.
Miss Elisora Spindlespark. So I'm going to be, you guys are going to laugh. I've been thinking really hard about this. Elisora Spindlespark was married to a person named Aiden Abraxos, whose parents were in the mafia. And during their marriage at one point, so Elisora, this is all wrapped in, right? Everything is wrapped in with her previous career. Elisora was an inventor, right? And she worked on like mechanized things. She was like one of the first people who like came up with like the prototypes for like drones and things like that. She was like on track to be like, you know, getting awards and things like that. And Aiden's parents in the mafia, they didn't like that, because they were like, drones, security, people are going to be knowing we're going to do it, what they're doing. So they were like, we know who the person who's like heading this project is, we're going to stop it, right? Like a year went by, and they were trying to like stop her from making these drones and like pushing this, and she wasn't even doing it for security purpose. She was like, this is cool, look at this flying thing I made, right? Long story short, they wound up putting out a hit on Elisora, but before the hit could go through, the person who was supposed to murder her got murdered. And then mysteriously, Aiden's parents got murdered. And then like 6 months later, Aiden was like, I'm going to work for like a new mafia family, you're coming with me. But by this time, she had really become friends. I think in this time, she had met Varys and Ivy. And by the time Aiden was trying to go to like the different mafia family, Ivy and Varys were like, you don't want to go, you're not going to go. So she ran away with Ivy and Varys. Aiden also has not been seen. No one knows if he's alive or dead, to be honest. That's it. Elisora has no children with Aiden, but she does have 3 children, and they are currently all living in different states, and they're all very successful. They're doing their things. I think one of them followed in her footsteps is in the sciences. I think the youngest child is like an artist, aka calls, you know, mom and dad every 6 months for some money for their new project. The other one is a private investigator. Elisora has some pets now, which you'll meet shortly in her cozy vignette. And that's Elora's backstory. What item would you guys like to give Elisora based on her backstory?
A gun.
A gun? Not
Yep.
like a science award for her?
A gun.
You're giving her a gun? Okay,
Yep.
Tell me, why does she have a gun?
Because she was with somebody who was in the mafia, and you are not telling me that they did not give her a way to defend herself, her partner. There's no way.
So I'm just putting a gun in her
A
cozy.
gun. And
A
ammo.
gun.
You think it's one of those like little ones that she takes out of like a handbag?
I think it's like a handbag size.
I
You know?
love it.
Like, I don't think it's meant to like. I think it's meant just for like self-defense and concealed carry.
Okay, this is amazing.
Yeah,
She's never shot it,
but she has it. Just in
but she
case.
has it.
She doesn't even know if it does shoot.
Yeah, she doesn't even know.
It might be a confetti gun for all she knows.
The whole concept of owning it just appalls her, but she has it.
She's got it. She's never gotten rid of it. All right, who wants to go next? Ivy? Oh wait, no, you have to give me an item, Dusty.
A gun.
No, you can't both. She can't have 2 guns.
Oh, it's 2 people.
Yeah. Oh my god, no.
Double
Give her that
fisting.
science award.
Double
double
fisting.
I want like a slow motion where she does this, like she she pulls them up her hips on either side. No,
But when she goes to shoot it, safety's on so they don't go off.
She did. No, if I have to pull out a gun and I roll really low, it's gonna be a confetti gun when she shoots. That's gonna be
love it.
the consequence.
It's very Joker-esque, like just says bang.
Bang, bang. I want to give Elisora a necklace with a pink gem.
Okay. Why and where did she get it?
She got it from her current partner as a token to remember them by.
Aw, that's cute.
I think it was given to her with the idea of her personality in mind.
Mm.
And I think it was like
I love it.
Like a first anniversary after their wedding sort of deal.
How cute.
The cord is really strong and you can probably use it to strangle someone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's very cute.
I'm obsessed. So just dear listeners, this is gonna be a very violent Brindlewood Bay. These old ladies are packing. Okay.
These old ladies fuck.
You said mafia, and I was like, "There's no way."
These old people fuck. And with
Shut
that,
up.
Ivy, tell us. I forgot already. Tell us about your deceased partner, your children, if there are any, and your career before you retired to Brindlewood Bay.
Yeah. So Ivy had a partner prior to meeting the other two, but she unfortunately passed away. So Ivy was on like this journey to rediscover herself when she met Elisora and Varys. Quickly formed an attachment to the other two and sort of just went like, all right, cool, this is my life. She has like back at her home, she had like a bunch of responsibilities that she just kind of walked away from because she couldn't stand to be in the same area. So when she met Elisora and Varys, she was like, all right, well, you know what? Cool. I like these people. Wherever they settle, I will probably settle.
Amazing.
She did end up finding another partner who has since also passed away, which is unfortunate.
Oh my
but
god. 2 dead partners.
That's what though. So unfortunately, it's what happens when you have a long lifespan, right? And you fall in love with somebody who is not as long of a lifespan as you. So she died. The last one died of probably pretty recently, just from old age.
Okay.
I've thought so long and hard about whether or not Ivy would want children, and I cannot come up with a concrete answer.
Okay.
I think her previous partner had a child. I think the one that just passed away had a child. So she took over as a step-parent role pretty vigorously. She treats this one like her own child. I think a lot of what she does in life that's not for her or for her friends is for this child.
Okay. Love it. What was your career before you retired?
It was twofold. So her first career was a noblewoman.
Okay. Love it.
And then she walked away from it and then became an adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to try and make the world a better place because that's what the partner who passed away first would have wanted. And now she paints and sells those paintings, and she's a pretty big name, I feel like, in the painting community now.
Okay.
Her paintings go for a lot of money, and she's set aside 50% of all the profits she gets goes into a bank account that this child will get when she passes.
I'm obsessed.
She does pretty well for herself.
Yeah, I love this. Wayra, what item would you like to give Ivy based on her backstory?
A gun.
A gun.
Wayra came to murder.
Varys giving everybody a gun.
The murder maven, the murder part of murder maven, very seriously. It's not your character giving the item. It is you.
I like to imagine it is Varys coming to me with a gun.
No, I honestly just love the image of these like lovely old ladies
with guns.
With guns.
Do you want to talk into the microphone or
no?
I love the idea that Varys went to a gun shop and went, this one green and this one blue.
They're perfect for them. Self-defense is so important. Can you come back to me? I'm not really sure what to give.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is a gun.
All I can think is a gun.
So I'm on the fence. I have 2 things I want to...
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to also think about how they could be useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about I'm thinking the first one thing could be like, oh, and you guys can help me pick which one. So my first one is like a letter and like some pictures from your stepdaughter on like her most recent vacation, and then also like on the bottom it's just like, thanks, for like always being there to support me. And she wrote, love you, mom. And it was like the first time that she called you mom was like in this card. So it means like so much to you. So I'm thinking like maybe you can use it to like, if you get worked up about something, that could be like your comfort item.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm thinking is like some piece of like relic that you like stole from like the museum in your home, because of course like you're rich enough to have like relics around, and you can like use it in a pinch to like, I'll give you this, it's worth $1 million if you give me the information. So I don't know which one is better, because like the wholesome one is so cute, but the other one.
I also forgot to mention she is a pseudo dragon.
We'll get to that in the cozy vignette.
Okay. I mean, either one is great, honestly.
I know.
I'm stealing one of them.
Okay, well then I'll give you the card.
Okay. You don't want me to give her bribery money?
Yeah, wait, you can stick to your motif of arming people for this adventure to come. And it can be also, maybe it's something you could also be used as a weapon in a pinch.
Yeah.
Because it's like heavy.
It's a mace.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a medieval weapon for sure.
No, I'm obsessed. Okay,
so for Ivy, I feel like you were rich enough to have like your own private collection of like cool things and trinkets.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
As you should, as a noble lady.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you had this like ancient artifact, like almost like a ceremonial knife.
Okay.
Only it's also like able to actually be used for protection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very rare item, because usually they're only used for one thing or the other.
Yeah.
Ceremonial purposes or self-defense. This one is applicable for both, and it is worth millions because of it.
Yeah.
And I think that you just have that in your cozy place as a memory from your adventuring days, because I think you found that yourself on an adventure.
She just has it stuck into her desk.
As a letter opener.
Yeah.
Please write down your items, and you can kind of put them in your cozy place. And if it makes sense that we would have it and you would need it, you can use it. Okay, last but not least, your deceased partner. Do you have any children, and what was your career before you retired?
So, deceased partner, I think is plural. Deceased partners. I think that Varys was poly, and had 2 partners that was like super loving and sweet, but because of the nature of the business they were all in together, it got a little bit toxic over time. And unfortunately, I think that they passed away in their line of work.
The mafia.
How'd you know?
No. Because I set him up and you're knocking him down.
Yep. I think he's got 3 kids. A set of twins, and then the youngest is kind of like the free spirit of the family.
Obsessed. There's always a free spirit.
Yeah, you gotta have one.
It's always the youngest.
It makes things lively, you know? And I definitely think that he in life was like in his early days of like having his partners, I don't think that he was expecting to have kids. And I think that it made him nervous, but he ended up just like loving and adoring them more than he ever thought possible. So I think that he very much like values his family. His line of work, I think he's been through a couple. I don't think any one calling stuck to him. The first job he had was a hitman.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
go on. Uh-huh.
Yeah. This man was a badass. He was a hitman. So he made bank doing some pretty awful work. The second thing that he got into was he was actually an underboss in the mafia.
No. I'm noticing a theme here.
Yeah. Varys grew up as a not good person.
Was Ivy's family in the mafia?
No, Ivy's family were like literal like British nobility.
Okay.
I think that his partners were working with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when he was like, oh, this is actually not what I want to do with my life. I don't want to be a bad person anymore. Like had a crisis, almost like an early life crisis. He left and decided that, being an adventurer and doing some good would be great. Trying to make a difference. So
love it.
He became an adventurer, and I think that that's kind of where he met Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he met Elisora before that, and just kind of like really bonded with them both, and has decided that he doesn't really want to leave their side. They make him a better person. So he's with them wherever they go.
I love it.
Aw.
Give me 2 items, guys.
Do you know what you want to give Varys?
A gun. No I'm kidding.
I'm going to leave, and you guys can run this by yourself.
If you give him a gun, I would be so overjoyed.
No, you're not getting a gun. I'll give you my gun.
No.
What if?
Give him a sniper.
Stop
Stay
it.
with me. Stay with
I'm
me
kidding.
here. Stay with me here.
Okay.
Just let me finish before.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give Varys
Mm-hmm.
a cane
Okay.
with a knife in it. Where the handle comes out and it's a knife.
I actually love this. One, because in real life, I actually almost bought one of those. And 2, because I think Varys needs a cane to move around now anyway.
Oh, valid.
I think the head of the cane, I don't want it to be a snake because I think that's a little too on the nose.
Did you do that on purpose? Like a slithering snake?
It's a dragon head. I think the cane is dragon themed. I think Ivy gave it to him when she started realizing that he was that he was having trouble and the fucker wasn't going to buy it for himself. So
Yeah, I do think he's a stubborn old man.
yeah, she nonchalantly handed it to him. And then he realized it had a knife in it on accident.
I love this. Okay, so concealed knife
Dragon cane.
/ dragon cane. Okay.
I love it. I am going to give Varys something kind of morbid.
I am obsessed. Tell
I'm
me
going
more.
to give Varys. I think that Varys kept, not always, but I think for intimidation purposes in their old life, kept a body part of one of the first people that they killed, or maybe someone that they really didn't like, and would use it as like an intimidation tactic. Like, you know whose finger this is? Or I don't fucking know, whatever, however intimidating that could be. So what body part is it? And if you want to say whose
I
body
both
part
love and hate you for this because I know what you're referencing, and I think it's so great.
You mean in our original story?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we're not gonna.
Okay.
There's gonna be plenty of little hints around for
Go ahead.
like.
Sorry,
all of
continue.
their-
I was just like overjoyed with the realization.
What's the body part? And if you want to say who it's from, you can. If not, you can not say it.
I don't think I'm gonna say who it's from. I think that it's from somebody he really didn't like and didn't listen to direction or warning.
Fair.
And I think it's a finger.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love how in the content warnings, I was like, is this going to be fine? And we've already checked off like 10 of them.
We are the
Okay.
most badass elderly people
Yeah.
that you will ever meet.
We are well, one of them is a hitman. One of them is, what's like the equivalent of an adventurer in like the modern day world? Like, would it be like a PI? Would it be a
backpackers with purpose.
Backpackers with purpose.
I am obsessed. That was the name of our adventuring group. Backpack BWP.
I actually don't think I can say that because I think that's a real organization.
Yeah. I mean, we can still say it. Backpackers. I keep wanting to say backpackers with purpose.
Backpackers.
Backpackers.
I don't know. A freelancer?
Why we can't be backpackers with purpose?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
be backpackers with purpose.
But yes,
the
we went
purpose
around
is
and we
gun.
helped people.
The purpose is helping people with whatever they need, whether that's private investigating or defending them.
This literally could be its own little 30-minute release on its own. This is how the game is set up. It's kind of set up in these different ways. So we're going to take a break now. And I will just say for any listeners who are interested in the game, the handbook has like a session 1 kind of run through. And at this point, we would take a break and then we would go over like lines and veils and things like that. Because we've been playing together for what feels like 1,000 years and we know all of our lines, veils, and reds. We use the stoplight system. We will have the full list of content warnings in the episode. So we're not going to go into all that stuff. So when we come back, we are going to just kind of open and go into the mystery. I'm super fucking excited, you guys. And maybe this might wind up being its own 30-minute thing. So if it is, then the next episode, we will go into the mystery. So maybe bye.
Thanks for listening.
If not, we'll see you in a few.
Yeah.
Welcome back, potentially to a new episode, potentially to 5 minutes or probably 30 seconds for you, maybe 15. Brindlewood Bay.
The Bay of Brindle and Woods.
And woods. And bays, believe it or not.
Oh my God. Not the base.
I know. Our story opens on a picturesque seaside town called Brindlewood Bay. It's a cool day at the end of summer, the time where you might need a sweater because it's starting to get a bit chilly at night, a time when you can smell autumn in the air in the mornings. As the camera pans over this town, we see quaint homes lining the beach, a main street lined with locally owned shops, and friendly faces making their way to their destinations. There is a friendly feeling to this place. Everyone knows your name, for better or worse. And we start to pan away from the main street and zoom in on the beach. And as we get closer, we see a tall, pale-skinned, freckled, and elderly half-elf. Elisora Spindlespark is wearing her... no, she's not wearing. I take it back.
Too naked.
She's butt naked. She's become a nudist in her old age.
She naked.
This part of the beach is designated for the nudies. We see a fluffy white dog kind of nestled into this faded green, army kind of green colored jacket with lots of pockets, discarded about maybe like 90 feet away from where Elisora is. And she's just wearing probably like a long sleeved top with a cardigan, obviously, because that's her style. Cargo pants, no shoes. Shoes are also discarded by the jacket. And she has a metal detector in her hand. I think it's tucked underneath her arm as she fiddles around with this, almost like a remote control. And we see this metal mechanized spider digging frantically in the sand. And she's like piloting it with this remote control. All right, come on, Norman. These are the coordinates. I know you can do it. And she's like so kind of honed in and focused on what she's doing. So essentially, this is Elora's cozy place. She is on the beach. She's got her metal detector. She's got her gadgets, and she is digging around for trash, treasure, whatever you may want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
As we kind of watch her for a few minutes doing her thing, the camera is going to pan back up over Brindlewood Bay, and we're going to hone in on Ivy. Where's Ivy?
Ivy's in her art studio.
Is that in her home or?
It is in a separate part of town. I think it's in town proper. She's got like a storefront where she sells paintings.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's made this town a little bit more of a tourist destination. Not crazy amounts, but people do come to see like her art.
Mm-hmm.
But she's in the back portion of the studio where nobody else can get to unless they have a code to the room. And there are only 3 people in this world who have a code to that room. Ivy, Varys, and her stepdaughter. Other than her, obviously. She is working on, I think Ivy excels in landscapes. I think that's what she's mainly known for, are her landscapes that have a little bit of like a liminal space feeling to it. Generally, when you look at her paintings, they invoke some form of something in you. It's not just a landscape. It's like, oh, you either think it's cozy or you think it's creepy or you think like, you know, it's designed to activate something primal, I feel like. But right now she's working on something that she's been working on for a while that she doesn't want anybody else to see until it's done. And it's a painting of the 3 of them.
Aww.
When they were younger.
My heart. Oh my god.
She's been working on her portraits. They're not up to her standard. So she's been slowly going at this over the last couple of years.
Couple of years.
Bia is on a very, very plush, very expensive dog bed in the corner. She, in her old age.
Aww.
I mean, she'll live as long as Ivy does, but she will also start to show signs of being older. She's gotten fatter.
Bia is her pseudo dragon, by the way.
She's no longer... Yes, Bia is a pseudo dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She is no longer like small and lithe. She is a little chubby now.
Mm-hmm.
Some days she prefers to walk like she used to, but more so now than fly.
Mm-hmm. She waddles.
She waddles. She's wearing a very expensive collar around her neck, and she is snoring up a storm.
Love it.
I think Ivy's studio is covered in half-finished paintings, different paints, different brushes, but also pictures of the 3 of them, of her past partners, of her stepdaughter, and things that she likes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what she's doing. She's currently working on this painting.
I love it. I think that the metaphorical camera kind of zooms in, I think, at Ivy kind of looking at this painting that she's been working on for a long time. And we see Ivy, we see Elisora, and then it zooms in on young Varys, and then the camera kind of blurs. And when we unblur, we are looking at older Varys.
Yeah.
So tell us what Varys is doing in their cozy place.
Older Varys is currently at home. You see, I think, him sitting with a light green blanket over his shoulders, a pair of glasses on, kind of like a little lower on his nose than they probably should be at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he's knitting.
Love it.
It looks like he's currently making some kind of scarf. And the colorations are a nice light green and then a little bit of orange, some like a rusted orange, kind of like a almost cottagecore vibes. He's making Elisora a new scarf. A blue one sits folded, already complete, at the side for Ivy. And I think as the metaphorical camera pans out a bit, you can kind of see like a little fireplace in the corner, and the chair that he's sitting in is very much like a really cozy plush, almost like lazy boy-esque chair. There's a bookshelf in the background and photos of his family and his friends, of their adventures over the years. There's little knickknacks and collected pieces from where they've traveled all together. On the little side table, there is a picture of his 3 children, all a little younger than they would be now, but and their faces are just like smeared with cake. It was a very happy birthday celebration for that year.
How cute.
And I think you see like a cup of coffee sitting there beside like a little snack.
Black coffee?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No, it's a flavored coffee this time.
I love how sweet both of your cozy places are in contrast to Elisora.
Yeah, Elara's like really giving her.
Elisara's at the beach fighting for her life.
Like, come on, Norma, I know you can do it.
Digging in the sand. That is adorable, and I want to throw up because you guys are both so cute. Can you describe what your characters look like, please? Because I don't think either one of you did.
Oh.
Right?
I don't think
No.
so.
Okay. The people want to know.
Ivy is a winter Eladrin, so she has light blue skin, dark bluish black hair that's currently up in a bun as she works. She's got a paintbrush stuck into the bun, and she's wearing light wash jeans and a white button down that's tucked into the jeans, and then a paint covered smock over top. She's got stilettos that are currently cast to the side, so she's painting barefoot.
So I think you see a half elf, half orc with kind of like small tusks. He has like, I want to say pale gray skin, vermilion red eyes, and long wavy light pink hair. You also see that the corner of his eyes have like smile lines, and he does have a bit of laugh lines that you can kind of see through the beard that he has grown. It is well maintained, but it is quite thick and long. It is like, I think, down to like the collarbone. He
is wearing a poet shirt.
Yeah. He's wearing a modern day version of what would be a poet shirt.
I love that.
I would say almost like bordering formal wear, black pants, even though he's in his cozy place. And he's got like, because we've said and joked about it before, he's got little loafers on.
Dusty. The prophecy. He's wearing dress shoes.
You know, the moment he debuted those little numbers, she was like...
I think every time she sees him, she's like, nice shoes.
Probably. What's he gonna wear? Sneakers? He's not gonna wear boots around.
True.
And I think the only reason why he's wearing shoes indoors is because he was just too lazy and too much in pain to like reach down and take them off after a long day. So he's just sitting down with them on for now.
Okay. Well, everybody's in their cozy place doing their cozy thing. But the clock is ticking, my friends. You all have somewhere to be in about 45 minutes. And even though Elisora is the one who begged you both to accompany her tonight to this themed cooking class entitled Mystery Meals with a Twist. And it's a class that's based around making meals from your favorite mystery novels, because this town is just overtaken with Amanda Delacourt and the Gold Crown Mysteries. That's what like the theme of this cooking class is. Elisora, not surprisingly, has gotten very distracted with her metal detecting. And I think one of you set an alarm in her phone so she wouldn't forget. Which one of you set an alarm? Where is her phone and why can't she hear the alarm going off right now?
Okay, so I think Bear set the alarm because
Oh,
if
immediately, yes.
we're going to an event that she wanted them to go to, we're going on time. I think he's very adamant about that.
Being on time.
Being like punctual, you know? I think that it is in her coat pocket, one of her coat pockets. Pearl is currently curled up on top of it. So I definitely think that it is smothered.
And she's 90 feet away, so she probably wouldn't hear it. The waves are crashing. There's seagulls that are flying, and she's also talking to Norman, her drone mechanized spider. So as the clock ticks down, I want to ask Ivy, are you a willing participant in this cooking class, or did Elara have to bribe you? And if so, what did she promise to do to make you go to the class?
Ivy is a willing participant, but also a shit.
Okay.
So at first she said no.
Uh-huh.
And then Elara promised to make her favorite cookies.
Love it.
And so she said yes.
What are Ivy's favorite cookies?
They're called Rolls Royce cookies.
Rolls Royce.
They're a mixture of oatmeal and sugar cookies.
Okay.
I think it's something that her family made that she taught Elara.
I love that. So I think you answered my second question. Are you making a meal or are you helping Elara make hers? And by helping, I mean, are you going to stand at the class and watch her do the
She'll
thing?
help. She won't get dirty.
Fair.
She'll help though.
Okay. Varys, I ask you the same question. You look at the clock. You see the time is ticking down. Are you a willing participant or did Elara have to bribe you?
I think reluctantly willing. There's a face she makes when she's excited about something that he just can't seem to say no to. So despite his want to just sit there for the afternoon and knit, he's going to this cooking class because she asked him.
Is he making a meal or is he helping along with Ivy?
I think he's going to help.
Okay. The place is only 10 minutes away, but Elara's nowhere to be seen.
Well, Ivy's still in her paint room, so she's going to get washed up, and then she'll change into a dress that she brought to the studio. Yeah, I think it's a pretty structured dress. Nothing too risque, but definitely expensive looking. And she'll take the heels that she was wearing and also put those on. And she'll send a text to the group chat labeled Typo Squad.
Love it.
For the three of them. That says, on my way, I'm bringing Bia. And grabs Bia, who grunts sleepily.
You left the studio, right? There's definitely more modest homes, right, in this town. And then as you kind of go, I think, towards like a more secluded part of the beach homes get more like grandeur, right? And I feel like Ivy lives there. Do you think her studio is in the more upper, like the upper crest of Brindlewood Bay? Or is it like a laid back, chill studio?
I think it's at the exact halfway point between the two.
As you walk out of your studio with your fancy dress on, there's other shops that are kind of around. It's not in like a super secluded area.
Yeah.
Across the street, you see a friend who you've become very close to, named Eddie Calloway. She is an older, rich woman who is a recent widow. Her late husband left her piles and piles and piles and piles of money. She lives, I think, on the same street as you. And she's known now to have like a rotating cast of pool boys. Very like well known to like the younger men in town. And when I say younger men, I mean like their mid-30s, right? Because she's probably pushing like 70. Vincenzo and Eduardo are carrying 2 bags each in their hand. And as she walks slightly in front of them, and they're very attractive men. They're very, very handsome.
If you like that sort of thing.
Right, if you're into that sort of thing.
They're ripped. You can see it through their shirts.
They're shredded.
They are shredded. She is wearing this like wide brimmed hat and she has sunglasses on. As she sees you come out, she kind of like tips the glasses down and looks at you. She's like shouts across the street. And as soon as she starts talking, Vincenzo and Eduardo stop walking and kind of wait for her. And she goes, Ivy, darling, you tell that Elara now that I read that new book that she brought around, and let me tell you, that doppelganger really got around inside, didn't he? Does she know when the next one is coming out? Ivy, you know that Elara recently convinced the group of elderly book club mavens to read the
smut.
One of her favorite.
To read porn, yeah.
One of her favorite books called The Doppelganger Inside of Me.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, people are really into it. These old people they're super into it.
Yeah, they fuck.
So she's kind of started like, they still love Amanda Delacourt. Like she's #1 baby girl, right? But she's kind of just opened their eyes to some different genres, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. Shouting across the street.
With her full chest.
She yells across the street. Oh, it's good to see you, Eddie. Yes, I think she emailed the author just a week ago, and the author said that the book should be out shortly, and that he would send a couple copies our way.
You know, I do wonder if we can get one signed personally.
I will ask her. She might be able to do that.
Well, I'm off back to my house now. Are you going to that cooking class?
I am, yes.
Muriel made cupcakes. Do have one.
All right, I will.
Come on, boys, I'm not waiting all day. And they like rush to her car. And they open the door for her. She gets in, she takes a hand, and she gets in the car and she drives away. You guys get along well. She's a nice woman. She's not like one of those uppity rich people, but she definitely is one of those people who like,
yeah, she's always relaxed.
She's just shouting across the street about monster smut bugs.
She's always in her most relaxed state.
You have a car? I'm guessing you probably have a car, right?
Yeah. I don't imagine this town being too big, right?
No, but I think you can. I think it's one of those places where like it's like a 10-minute drive, so it's probably like a 30-minute walk, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or we can say that the restaurant is close enough for walking distance. That totally works too.
I kind of want her to have a Vespa.
Give her a Vespa. Is she gonna get on a dress in her Vespa? Get on a Vespa in her dress?
Yeah. She's got a little basket in the back for Bia. She deposits Bia into the Vespa.
Love it. And she makes her way?
Yeah.
All right. The camera stays as Ivy speeds away on her Vespa. And then we go back to Varys.
Yeah, I think Varys is going to very carefully get out of the chair, put his knitting stuff away, take the finished scarves with him, and he's going to grab his cane and head out. I think he's going to go... How far away is the beach?
I think that your house is beachside. So like your back door walks out onto the beach.
Okay. He's going to go to the beach and look for Elisora.
You don't have to look very hard. She's about 3 houses down. You see her like knelt down in the sand digging, and you see Norman also digging. And you see like a white fluff ball on a green jacket.
He looks over and he looks at Pearl. He's going to go onto the beach. And he's going to gingerly crouch down. And he's going to pat Pearl.
Aw. She nuzzles her head into your hand.
Well, hello there, Pearl. Could you do me a favor? Fetch Elisora for me?
Pearl gets up and she runs over to Elisora. Elisora like looks around. She also has glasses because she's old now and she can't see well anymore. She probably needed them to begin with from the beginning. But like these big kind of circular glasses, and they're right on the tip of her nose, and she pushes them up and she looks and she sees you, Varys, and she kind of waves, and you see her press some buttons on the little controller. You see Norman. You see his 8 legs, 4 on each side, shink in, and this metal comes out, and they shift into wings, and he flaps up, and he starts flying next to her. You see her pick something up out of the sand. What did she find in the sand today?
A really interesting shell.
Okay. I'm adding really interesting shell to her cozy place.
I think it's like borderline fossil.
Ooh, love it.
She has a shark tooth.
Okay. Something you should know about Dusty. Really like sharks.
No, I hate
Dusty
sharks. What are you
loves
talking about?
So Elisora starts like fast walking in the sand back to her jacket. Varys is right by her jacket.
Yes, yeah. I don't think he can go on the sand very far anymore, so.
Aw. She comes up and she's like holding up this huge shark tooth. Look what I found.
And he kind of like looks at it, pushes up his glasses properly and looks at it. Very impressive. What is it? Is it a shark tooth?
Yes, I think Ivy will love it. I think that if you can like drill a hole in it and we can make it into a necklace for her.
Can certainly arrange that. It's a great idea.
What are you doing out here?
Coming to get you. Your alarm has been going off for the last few minutes.
Oh, she reaches into her pocket and turns it off. The class!
Right, yes.
Are you ready?
As I'll ever be. And are you?
She nods.
He looks at you.
She's covered in sand.
Yeah. So
I should probably change really quickly.
he nods.
The desserts are wrapped up on the counter, so it should be fine.
I'll start loading them into the car.
And she gets changed. She wears, so I think that she's gonna wear like old lady, like high-waisted pants, you know? But I think they're like wide-legged. So they're like really loose and comfortable. And she's wearing like a V-neck, almost like satiny kind of textured t-shirt. And she insists on wearing, anytime they go anywhere kind of nice, the first sweater that Varys ever knit for her, which is really not
Great.
no, but she treasures it, and she tells anybody who doesn't know that Varys made it for her, and then Varys is like embarrassed about it because it's so bad.
It's so bad. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, so.
She pops that on, and I think Alara likes to bike ride. This is not the occasion for bike riding, right? So they probably have there's a car available to them, I think.
I don't think there's enough room to stack the baked goods in the basket for bike riding.
She could make it work, but not today.
They go.
I think they get there just in time.
Ivy's waiting.
Ferris goes and opens the door for you.
She hops out and she runs up to Ivy and with the shark tooth, just like waving it in her face. Look what I found on the beach.
Oh, that's incredible.
Do you want it?
Of course.
It's a shark tooth.
Yes, it looks like a tiger shark tooth.
I'll take your word for it. Varys is going to make it into a necklace for you.
I would wear it every day.
She nods. So, okay, do you want to do anything, Varys?
Yeah, he's just coming slowly behind with the baked goods. Well, not so slowly, but like just walking up to you guys.
Alara will take one out of your hand. Well, she'll take both of them out of your hands because you're on your cane. So you're like balancing I think there's 2 boxes. One box has Ivy's cookies in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other box has a surprise dessert that she made that she hasn't told anyone about, but she's told everybody that it's a dessert from the doppelganger inside of me. That was like named in the book. Okay. The
Ferris had no help making these, just to be clear. Just to be very clear.
So at this point, we are going to walk into the restaurant and I'm going to present the mystery. So the name of the mystery is called Murder a la Mode by Meadowlark Games. Check the show notes for links. But it is a complexity 6 mystery. And what that means is that will become important for us later when we go to like theorize and try to solve the mystery, because the complexity essentially subtracted from our roll, but we also get to add the amount of clues that we find. I think what we're going to do, just by the nature of this game, is we're going to skip to the part where we've already kind of cooked our meals, right? So this place is a restaurant, but it also has like a room in the back for like cooking classes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Presenting the mystery. The aroma of freshly baked bread and sizzling garlic fill the air as a small group of eager cooks gather around the gleaming kitchen counters. The cozy cooking school, Need to Know Culinary Academy, is nestled in a quiet corner of Brindlewood Bay. I also think that this place has like outside seating that leads out onto the beach. It has long been a haven for culinary enthusiasts seeking to sharpen their skills in a relaxed atmosphere. But lately, business is less than booming due to rumors of the building being haunted. In an effort to drum up business, Chef Sue has announced a new class titled Mysterious Meals with a Twist, where students can make meals based on those described in their favorite mystery novels. Our most beloved book club, the Murder Mavens, have been hard at work cooking up a storm. Brindlewood Bay has these, what they call paint the scene. I ask you guys questions and we kind of paint the scene. So we kind of already answered this one. What is the meal that we attempt to make and how did it turn out? So Ivy, I'm going to give you the cookies. I think the two of you can come together on what we made and how that turned out. And then I will take the surprise that Alara made.
Cookies turned out perfectly.
Did they?
Ivy's already halfway through eating them.
Yeah, I think the cookies turned out well. I'm going to say, you mean the ones that she baked or the ones that she brought?
So I'm going to walk it back because I just realized we were supposed to make them here.
Okay.
So I think that we brought the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like Chef Sue provided all of the basics, but then if there was anything kind of on top of it that we may have needed, so I think instead of those boxes that we carried, they were just extra ingredients that we were going to need, and maybe like Elisora has a favorite bowl and a spatula that she likes to use and stuff like that. So we can say that. So we have kind of completed that, and we're at the stage where everyone's food is ready. This kitchen smells like a delicious medley because it's not just desserts. Some people made appetizers, some people made entrees. It's just a dish from their favorite mystery book. Tell us again what our cookies that you made and how they turned out.
They're called Rolls Royce cookies.
Okay.
And I think they turned out perfectly, only because Elisora has taught them how to bake over the years.
Fair.
And cook. So they know what they're doing now.
I think one time, like the first time they ever cooked together, they tried to make pancake. Elisara's came out really good.
Yeah.
Theirs came out like soup.
And Ivy's were
crunchy.
Ivy's were crunchy because she kept getting eggshells in them.
Yeah.
So I definitely think Elisora was multitasking while she was making her surprise dessert. And also like, oh, you dropped an eggshell in there, and scooping it out. And as Varys was like going to pour too much of the liquid, she like tipped it back over and was like, no, that's, that's enough.
It's fine.
Definitely one of those people who was like on the verge of like losing their shit and being like, let me just take this over, but trying to be patient. And obviously in this class, there are 7 other people aside from ourselves who have come to partake in the cooking class. Most of which we know they either live in Brindlewood Bay, not everybody that we maybe know by name. And then of course, Muriel, who Ivy, is Eddie's kind of best friend, but like weird, super quirky, kind of hippie best friend, who Eddie, when her husband died, she let Muriel move in with her, and now they live together. And Muriel's kind of like an odd bean, harmless and funny, but she made cupcakes. And so her cupcakes are there, and they're very prettily decorated. Kind of, I think, just simple. I think just like maybe vanilla cupcakes with chocolate frosting.
Yeah.
Okay, so our desserts came out great. Elisora, so I think that there was a scene in the doppelganger inside of me where Harriet was teaching Starford how to cook.
Yes.
They made cream puffs.
And then he turned her into a cream puff while they were making cream puffs.
They had, right, so.
I'm delighted and overjoyed. I was going to suggest sex in a pan, but I love that even more.
And so like from scratch, like she made like the batter, the cream, everything from scratch. And then obviously it definitely devolved into, a fade to black scene.
Yeah.
For them, that's not what's happening here. But Elisora was super pumped to try these cream puffs. And so she's kind of been hard at work at those. And she's like stacked them kind of precariously, where like if anybody walks by and the table jiggles, like they're all going to topple over type situation. But it's fun. So she's going with it. I think that once everything is done, one thing that everybody has noticed is that since the beginning of the class, when Chef Sue essentially greeted all of the Mavens and the whole class upon entry, Chef Sue has not come back out. Her assistant, Sophie Hayes, essentially taught the class and has been kind of like nervously being the leader for the entirety of this class, which is probably almost, I would say, about 2 hours, because some people are, between prepping ingredients, between baking or cooking or frying things, it definitely took a long time. Sophie, I think that we all know Sophie because she is the assistant to Chef Sue. I think we've ate here before. I think Laura has taken cooking classes here before. She always looks kind of tired, but she has very bright, lively eyes, always has like a smile on her face, and her jacket is always pristine, and like she like kind of wears it proudly. She's a college student, and she works 2 part-time jobs to fund her cooking dreams. Elisora found that out while they were just like chatting one day. And one thing that you guys, I think, have noticed, I think maybe you've been to like one other class with Elisora. Sophie has always been like overly eager to impress Chef Sue. And she's always trying to like reinvent recipes. And so she's been nervous. She didn't make anything for this. I think that you can all see her ingredients kind of like sitting discarded by the side because she had intended to. But because Chef Sue has not made an appearance, she kind of just stepped up and took class over. What do you guys do in this in-between time as everybody's food is coming out? And I think people probably start like tasting and offering up each other's food. Are you guys eating?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know what's there?
Yes, I want to know what's there.
I would like to know what's there.
Okay.
I'm also going to congratulate Sophie on a good job for leading the class because she seemed nervous the whole time. So
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
oh yeah, he'll like meander over and just kind of like gently like put a hand on the table to get her attention. Just like tap the table.
She kind of startles a little bit almost, and then she wipes her hand on her chef coat and then looks down at the stain and she's like, hello, Varys. Enjoying the class?
I sure did. You did a great job leading it.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much for teaching us.
I didn't know I was going to be, but I was definitely up for the challenge.
It did seem like it was a surprise. Is everything all right?
She kind of looks around and like tucks her hair behind her ear. She has dark hair. Chef Sue didn't tell me I was going to be running the class. Maybe this is like a surprise test, you know? So I think maybe I'm just kind of waiting for her to come out and tell me that I did a good job.
And I think she will. If she doesn't, she's blind. You did great. He gently pats her on the arm.
Well, help yourself. I'm gonna go grab some plates and then I'll get the celebratory ice cream. And we are not picking a winner because everybody here is a winner. And so we all get ice cream and we are all going to celebrate.
Sounds like a great idea.
She nods, and then you see her go into the back where the actual kitchen is. What's Ivy doing?
Eating.
So you have your cookies. Elisora made cream puffs. One of the other classmates, Oliver Finch, who you all know to be like he's a mobile phone repairman. He works at like the T-Mobile or the Verizon or something like that. He made what's called shakshuka, and it's made from like simmering tomatoes and other spices, and it has poached eggs on top.
Okay.
There is the local florist and also fellow student of the cooking class, Rita Moreno. She made flan, and she is just freshly like slicing it as a couple of people are like kind of looking, waiting to get a taste. Cindy Collins is there, and she runs the restaurant, The Secret Ingredient. She's kind of like Chef Sue's rival, essentially. She basically made like a 5-course meal in the time that it took everybody else to make
Cookies?
this the cookies and stuff like that. And she's kind of standing there with like a self-satisfied smirk on her face. Is there any food that anybody wants to try? Alora's in line for the flan, no question. She's got like a cream puff and a cookie in her hand because she's trying to do like bartering, even though it's free.
And what was the other meal with the tomatoes?
The tomatoes and the poached egg, shakshuka.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ivy's actually going to snatch up a bowl real quick and then bring it over to their station so that they can all share it.
Oh,
Perfect,
nice.
yeah.
Okay. Oliver smiles at you, Ivy,
Ivy also leaves
as you take the bowl.
Yeah, she leaves a cream puff and a cookie too, because she's like, well, if Alara's doing it, might as well.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't know we were bartering for stuff, but this is kind of cool. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm very excited to try it, and I know Varys is too.
Varys gives a thumbs up.
Varys from across the room, thumbs up.
He's a lot more sociable in his old age.
Aw.
I love this.
Alara is just eating flan. She's having a conversation with Rita, and they're like sharing desserts and stuff. Anybody want to do anything?
Just enjoy my delicious food.
No, Ivy's eating her portion of the shakshuka and looking around the room, trying to figure out what next she wants to go run and grab.
Alara comes back over so she can like get some before you guys finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is like top-notch delicious.
It looks like it.
I don't know what I was expecting, but we should do this all the time.
I agree.
If this is what the cooking classes are like, I'll be back for sure.
Yeah, it's like a
Mhm.
potluck, you know? Everybody brings something.
True.
Well, I told Rita about what the inspiration for the cream puffs, and now she also wants a copy of the book, so
Honestly, you should stop making commission.
I was just going to say that, actually.
I can email the author and be like, hey, I'm, your number one fan.
Oh,
Give
that
me money
reminds
or
me.
something.
Eddie was wondering if we could get a signed copy of the next book.
Why does she think that I would be able to get us a signed copy?
You are undoubtedly his #1 fan. So
You regularly email back and forth with him.
That's true. Well, I was just I was so surprised when I found out that it was written by a man. Like, genuinely, completely out of left field. I did not expect it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, me either, because typically books written by men do not describe women well.
Right?
So it was refreshing to see.
Harriet is the heroine for the ages, so it is about this time you all hear a shriek from the kitchen.
I'm going to the kitchen.
We're going to cut to commercial.
Very slowly picks up his cane.
Laura's like mid cream puff, where like
Yeah.
she bites into it and it like squirts out the side. And she just like freezes. And then you hear like, the clattering of dishes and silverware from the people in the room where everybody kind of drops what they're doing and looks at the direction.
They're halfway across the room already.
Ivy follows.
Alara also follows. And she kind of tells everybody, just everyone stay calm. We'll go take a look.
Lara's eating the cream puff on the way to the kitchen.
She actually, as she walks by the table, she like swipes one of the cupcakes that Muriel made. As you walk into the kitchen, you walk into the freezer. With the dread of death lingering in the kitchen, what is one innocuous thing that happened during the cooking class that could now be considered a symptom of the haunting, the supposed haunting? The reason that Chef Sue is having the class is because business has been down because there's rumors that the building is haunted. So now there's a dead body and now everybody's mind is reeling. What is one thing that in the moment seemed like not a big deal that now could be like, oh my God, maybe this place is haunted. Maybe a ghost stabbed Sue.
I think everybody's ovens refused to turn on at first.
Oh, interesting.
And I think everybody just kind of thought like, oh, they're older ovens. That it kind of is what it is. But it was all at like the same time.
Okay.
I think that while they were just kind of like chatting and getting set up and like catching up, because they're all from the same community, they were like getting items ready. But one of the bowls behind the group that was like on a table fell to the floor. And like nobody was in the area at the time. It was empty. Nothing was lost, but it made quite a staggering sound because it was one of those metal ones.
Yeah. I think that I'm going to add to Dusty's and say that when the ovens came back on, they all came back on at the same time, but the lights flickered as the ovens came back on. And Sophie kind of nervously giggled and was like, oh, we've been having issues with the lights lately. You walk in and you see Sophie leaning against one of the like prep tables. The door to there's ice cream all over the floor. She had this like big, it's like 24 by like 36 tray on the floor. There's ice cream splattered everywhere. And the door to the freezer the walk-in freezer is open and she is pale. Her skin is pale and she's kind of wide-eyed, almost like a deer in the headlights, staring into the freezer.
Well, I'm gonna hobble over and come up beside her. What do I see?
You look into the freezer and you see hanging from her coat by a meat hook, Chef Sue. And the body is slowly spinning. And as it spins, you see a big kitchen knife stabbed into her back. There has been a murder.
There has.
A body has been found.
A body has been discovered. All right. It's all right. We'll call someone to come take this down. And he's just going to gently turn her away from the scene.
She goes with you. Do you bring her somewhere? What do you do?
He's going to take her to a quieter area and kind of set her down. He's going to like put his coat over her and get her some water. Says, we're going to call police in a moment, so just stick around, all right?
She doesn't even say anything. She's like, she takes the water and her hand is like shaking.
Yeah.
As she puts it to her mouth and tries to take a sip.
He's gonna go back over to Ivy and Alara.
Alara is I think just like peering like with her hand on the door to like where the edge of the freezer is, just like peering in. Should we take her? Do we take her down? Is she?
I don't know if it's a good idea to touch anything. I think we should check and see if she's alive still or not, though.
Ivy walks up to her to see if we can see breathing.
Yeah. Let's roll with composure. I think it's
Okay.
been a long time that you have seen a dead body, especially so kind of violently, murdered. This is a lot of effort that happened here, the stabbing, the hanging, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So roll your 2d6.
I have a +1 to composure. Can I add? Do I add another d6 or?
Nope, you just add a +1.
Okay, so 2d6
Yeah.
+1.
Advantage would be 3d6.
So 7 total.
Okay, so 7 is technically a pass.
Can I get Bia to give me advantage?
Okay, so roll another d6, and then you take the 2 highest.
Okay, 8, 9.
Okay, it's still the same result.
Okay.
So I think what happens is you go to see if she's still breathing, and you see that blood has pooled at her feet. You think, okay, we're in a freezer. It's freezing. It's frozen. I need to be careful. And I think that as you step, you put your weight down and your foot starts to slide. And as you try to avoid you don't want to touch the body, right? Other than to feel her pulse. As you start to slide, you go to step back and you kind of overcorrect.
Mm-hmm.
And you do slip a little bit. You don't fall or anything like that. And as you look away, right, because you're kind of a little bit jostled, you do look and you do see on the floor, barely sticking out from underneath one of the shelves, on the floor, is just a long stem of an herb with 3 leaves that are picked off of it. You know that Chef Sue kept a meticulous kitchen. There's nothing ever that's been out of place. To have garbage on the floor is not typically seen, so it strikes you as out of the ordinary. Do you pick it up?
I grab a napkin or something and then pick it up.
Okay, so you can mark down as one of your clues, maybe write out of place herb. And as you pocket it, you stand back up, you kind of skirt your way around the body, and you are able to check her pulse, kind of stop her from spinning around. And she's in fact dead. Her body is cold. The blood loss alone, kind of gave you an idea that she was no longer alive.
Yeah.
Is she spinning from the motion of being hung there, or is she spinning because the hook is spinning?
From the motion, I think.
So this happened recently.
It did.
Is the blood actually frozen or is it still liquid?
I think that's what threw you, is that you thought it was going to be frozen, and you still slipped on it. But I think just the way that you stepped, thinking something's freezing versus a puddle of water is different, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you slipped, is because you thought it was going to be frozen because you're in a freezer, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So it does seem fairly recent.
Well, we're obviously calling the police.
You take out your phone, you call the police. They tell you not to touch anything. They tell you that they'll be on their way. This is your first encounter with murder in Brindlewood Bay.
Okay.
Elisora does come up to you as you kind of hang up the phone. I think maybe we're all 3 standing in the freezer. She has heard rumors about how kind of ineffectual the police tend to be in this town.
You could just say ineffectual police tend to be.
Yes, valid. And so she comes up and she's like,
Defund the police. Sorry.
Defund the police.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I think it might be maybe might be worth our while to just kind of glance around and look for some clues. I've heard that the police are not going to be of much help, and well, I would hate to not. I think our past skills, your both of your past professions as private investigators, and me and all my reading of all these mystery novels, I feel like we can definitely help solve the murder. Be good citizens,
All right.
And besides, I've been reading a lot about hauntings and stuff like that, because this town is really old and there are a lot of rumors about hauntings, and the police are not going to take it seriously. What if her murder had something to do with a ghost?
I don't think a ghost could kill a person if they exist.
And also, if it was a ghost, I don't think the ghost would have used a butcher knife.
Okay, fair point, but I still think we should investigate.
We totally can, yes.
I mean, we've got nothing else to do in retirement, so.
So what would everybody like to do?
Is there another entry to the kitchen besides the one that we've seen Sue go in through?
Yes, there's a back door that goes out where you would assume they would take out the trash and things like that.
I'm going to check there. I want to look for... Actually, is there flour?
Is there flour?
Yeah. Do we see flour anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, it's a kitchen.
Cool. I'm going to get some flour.
Okay.
Just a little bit in my hand. Then I'm going to go to the door. And I'm going to just like... essentially dust for fingerprints.
Oh, okay. I would say this is reason because you're examining a crime scene and it takes some mental faculty, right? To look around.
All right. What do I roll?
So you're going to roll 2d6. And then if you have a plus to reason, you can add your whatever it is +1 to reason.
That's an 8.
Nice. So that is... So a 7 to 9 is a hit, which means you find a clue, but there is a complication. So there are definitely fingerprints on the door. There's multiple fingerprints on the door because it's a door that is, frequently used. It's the back door. It's where any kitchen staff may go out to have a cigarette, to take a break, to make a phone call. It's also where they take the garbage out. What do you do do you do anything with like seeing all these fingerprints?
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture on my phone of all of them. Like close-ups to the areas, as close as I can get to them. I
just imagine Varys with glasses and like squinting on, squinting his eyes, trying to take and it's actually facing himself.
And then he's like, "Oh shit, wrong way."
Yeah,
he corrects it. Yeah.
Describe Varys's phone. What kind of phone does Varys have?
I don't think he has a flip phone, much to his dismay.
Aw, why not?
Because I don't think that Ivy would allow him to own a flip phone.
Yeah.
So I think he just has like a. Not like the latest Samsung, but a couple models behind, like a Samsung phone.
Does it have a phone case? Or does he raw dog it?
It does have a phone case. It's one of those ones that doubles as a wallet.
Okay.
It's very practical.
Yeah, I like that a lot. What color?
A dark brown, kind of like leather. And I think it's authentic leather because Ivy, again.
Yeah, she gifted him the whole unit, the whole phone.
Yeah. She. I feel like the whole thing was like a gift to him because he had a flip phone forever and refused to give it up.
Yeah, I love this.
What's my thing that went wrong?
As you are kneeling down and you're looking and you're taking pictures, right? The door handle from the outside turns and it flies open, and you see the town sheriff, whose name is I didn't come up with a name.
Felix Fillicuddy. No.
Chester McGillicuddy. And Varys, you look up and you make eye contact with him, and he's got a mustache, and he's wearing he's wearing a cop hat. You and Sheriff McGillicuddy don't get along, Varys.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's because Sheriff McGillicuddy thinks that Varys is connected to, or like is a prime suspect in one of the old cases that either he or his father was working on, or like is the person that they were looking for, but he has literally nothing to prove it. Literally nothing.
So he just has it out for him.
Yeah. And Varys is like, "Oh, I'm an old senile old man."
I mean, did Varys do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a hitman. Of course he did it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Sheriff McGillicuddy stands there and he puts his hands like through his belt loops like a real jerk, and he like taps his foot, and I feel like he's got cowboy boots on, and he goes, well, if it isn't the meddling Varys, what are you doing here snooping around?
He like puts a hand on his lower back and stands up with his cane better under him. I thought I smelled shit on the wind.
Wow.
But for your information, I was the one who put the call in, so that's what I'm doing here.
Ivy snorts.
Well, I'd say it's about time you cleared out and let the real men take care of things around here.
He looks him up and down, makes that click of his tongue, says that remains to be seen, but sure.
You're like 5 inches taller than him, by the way, even in your old hunched age.
He looks like he literally stands there and looks him up and down, raises an eyebrow.
And as you say that, you the doors open and you look, Varys, and you see there is a security camera facing the back door. It's like on the building next door in the alleyway facing the back door.
He makes a mental note to go ask them for security footage.
And now some more police come in through the front door. So like the front of the kitchen.
Why you gotta come through the back?
That was your complication. So the Sheriff McGillicuddy
You like come through back doors, don't you, Sheriff McGillicuddy?
looks at Elisora as she's like mid like about to touch something. Now, little lady. This is a crime scene. All of you get out of here.
The person who found her is resting in a quiet place around the corner. Sophie, if you'd like to speak to her. And this grown woman will go with us. He helps Alara up.
And the three of us walk out of the kitchen, I think, unless anybody wants to go toe to toe with Sheriff McGillicuddy.
Bear's just like, fuck children.
I think Ivy just does that thing where she like looks at people just a little too long, just a little too unsettling, and then clicks out, like walks away with her heels clicking.
I love it. Okay, so the three of you leave, and you go back out into the room where the cooking class is. There are police there, and you see that pretty much everyone is gone. Like people just left. Nobody waited for the police to show up. So there's two people who stayed. And again, in true us fashion, Wayra and Dusty will be playing two of the suspects.
Mm-hmm.
So who stayed?
Well, I think Martha Parker stayed, who is like this lovely, like, little old lady.
Mhm.
And she looks like she'd blow away in a strong wind, kind of. But, like, her makeup's done impeccably. She has earrings and not a goddamn hair out of place. She goes to church every Sunday. She's very active in the community. And she dresses like a little 50s housewife.
I feel like she's giving a statement to one of the officers. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
So there's a man there, and he's taken down. And what is she saying?
I think she's just like, and I just couldn't believe that in our God-fearing neighborhood, something like this could happen.
All right, ma'am. Well, what exactly happened? What did you see?
I just heard screaming. Lots of screaming. It's like, and those three ran right in. Like they knew something. It was very strange.
Okay, I'm inciting a thing. Ivy, you and Martha used to be close friends.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do that betrayed your friendship? And why do you guys no longer get along?
She thinks Varys did that murder.
The one that Sheriff McGillicuddy?
Yeah. I think she's
Did she,
friends
like-
with Sheriff McGillicuddy because they go to the same church.
Mm-hmm.
And so she mentioned it offhandedly to Ivy, and Ivy was like, bitch.
And did they get into like an argument about it?
Yeah, they got into a full-fledged argument.
I would like to go on record and say that Ivy knows for sure that he did that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I am obsessed. Well, the police officer looks at Martha as she kind of makes dagger eyes at Ivy.
Yep.
And he's like, well, thank you, ma'am. If you think of anything else, you give us a call. We'll see you this Sunday at church. You bringing those cookies again?
I would never leave them behind.
He tells her, he says, ma'am, you can go.
Thank you very much.
A God-fearing woman like yourself doesn't need to be around all this.
And she like puts a gentle hand on him, like straightens his coat and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, God bless you. And she heads out.
Alara nudges Ivy.
Ivy rolls her eyes.
I bet she did it. Well, the police officer rounds on the three of you. And where do you think you three are going?
We were just told to leave by Sheriff Cowboy Boots.
Well, sweet Martha said that you all ran in there like you might have known something.
We heard a scream. You think we're just not going to go and check it out?
They used to be private investigators. They have handled stuff like this before, probably better than you guys have, from what I've heard about this town anyway, and the police force.
Laura coming in hot, damn.
Yeah, because Patty's cat was stuck in a tree for 3 days, and you guys didn't even want to do anything about it. And who climbed up there? Norman. I got my drone to get her cat down.
How did Norman bring a cat down?
He coaxed her down with like gentle coaxing, you know?
Gentle affirmations.
Well, he showed her that it wasn't dangerous to, like he climbed up and then he climbed down until the cat realized that she could also do that. And then he saved her.
I was just imagining Norman grabbing her by the scruff of her neck.
And then flying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the community can't rely on the police to get the cat out of the tree, how are you supposed to solve a murder?
She's got a point.
You couldn't get a cat down from the tree? And he looks at the police. Disappointed.
He just goes, ma'am, now calm down. There's no need for any of this hysterics.
Ivy
Laura
looks
rolls
around.
her eyes.
I don't see any hysterics.
I have some questions. I'm sure Sheriff McGillicuddy will want me to question the three of you.
By all means, do you see us objecting? The floor is yours, sir.
What brought you to the class today?
Well, Elisora wanted me to come with her for a cooking class, and we had nothing else to do. It seemed interesting.
Do the three of you know Chef Sue well?
We've met a few times.
I will say, too, that Chef Sue was known for her altruistic favors. What was something she did for the three of you, expecting nothing in return?
She taught me how to make Elisora's favorite meal, and also Ivy's.
I think that one time it was one of their birthdays. It was Ivy or Varys's birthday, and Elisora was baking a cake, and she was at home and she got distracted and she burned it, and it was a disaster. Like, it had to be trashed. And so she ran over here, and she told Sue what happened, and she was just looking to buy like some ready made to go stuff. And Sue was like, come back into the kitchen. And together, the two of them whipped up a delicious cake in like 30 minutes. And she saved the birthday, essentially.
She helped Ivy create like a really nice meal when her stepdaughter came into town recently.
I love that.
That like showcased all the places that her stepdaughter has been visiting.
Amazing. That's so cool. So I think we tell the police officer basically how nice she was. I just don't understand why someone would do this in general, but also to her, you know? You think it has anything to do with the haunting? And she looks at him, like trying to see if he knows something. He just looks at her and shakes his head. He goes, Mrs. Spinelspark, Miss Nightbreeze Tinkerfay, you're free to go. Varys, take a seat.
Ivy starts walking and sits on one of the tables in the back, watching.
Yeah, Varys takes a seat.
Are you just going to stay here?
Of course.
We can go look for clues.
Well, if they start doing funny business.
What funny business? Varys can take them.
She looks at Elisora.
They could take all the police officers.
Yes, Varys sits slowly with the cane.
Yeah, very gingerly. Puts the cane aside. Maybe it's an act, you don't know.
Maybe. Ivy sighs.
Maybe we could go question some of the other suspects or look around back to see if there's any clues.
I think that as he sits down, he's going to pull out his phone and like text Ivy and Elisora about the camera facing the other door in the other building. And then he's going to set his phone to record, and he's going to sit there.
Good, okay. Yeah, Ivy will get up. All right, let's go check out that camera.
Let's follow Ivy and Elisora outside, and they go to the back of the building.
Mm-hmm.
They see the camera is attached to, I think it's attached to the building next door, which is actually, it's Pushing Daisy's floral shop. Rita owns it. Rita is the florist.
Yeah.
Do you think we should ask her if we could see the footage?
Sure. Wouldn't hurt.
So we walk in to the flower shop. You get hit immediately with the scent of like all of the flowers. It's a little bit humid in there. It almost has that like earthy kind of smell.
Mm-hmm.
It is overflowing with flowers and plants. What is one thing about this place that feels less than lively?
On the counter, there's just a stack of dead flowers.
Ooh, interesting.
Like strewn around the shop, like where you would check out. Just a bunch of dead flowers.
Okay. I think there's like a light in the back, right? I think like you can see down the hall that leads to like the back room where her office probably is. That's like flickering on and off. And like normally I think it wouldn't be a big deal, but I think after the murder and Elisora being like, is this place haunted and all that stuff?
Yeah.
She's like, ooh, it's just a little ominous, I feel like. Rita is there. She's got her apron on, like her apron that she uses when she works. She's back to work. You know that she has like this collection of like, it's like an old tattered cookbook with like all old recipes in it that she had with her in the cooking class, and it's like discarded on the counter next to the dead flowers. She's never let anybody look in the book like one time. Yeah, she's just back working. Oh, and the second thing you notice, Ivy, is that plant that you found in the freezer, just as you're kind of scanning the room, I think they're next to the dead flowers that you saw in like a vase, are the same stem with the same shaped leaf, except these have these like white flowers on them with like the purple in the middle. They're very pretty, but you notice that the stem and the leaves are the same as the one you found in the kitchen. What do you do?
What kind of flower is it?
You don't know. Your character doesn't know what kind of flower it is.
Okay. So I think Ivy's going to like try and point out to Elisora, because she showed them the stem when they were in there, and she like points out to Elisora the flower stem and the similarities, but while trying not to be like too conspicuous.
Mm-hmm. Elisora looks, and Sophie's got her back, I think, towards us. So she's kind of like working on a bouquet. I keep saying Sophie, I mean Rita. I'm sorry. Rita's got her back to us. And Alora's like, hey Rita, how's it going? And she looks up and she kind of smiles. One of those smiles that like is like quick and doesn't fully reach the eyes, nods at the two of us and then goes back to making the bouquet. And she's like, oh, nothing. I just ran back here. I have some orders that I need to get filled. It's really awful what happened next door. Did the police arrive?
They did, yes.
I think they wanted to question probably everybody who was there, but a bunch of people just left. And she shrugs and she's like, yeah, well, still got work to do. Have to pay the bills, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Elisora nods. The flowers in here are always so beautiful. What's that one? And she points to like some random flowers, and they're like clearly daisies, I think, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, those are daisies. They're so beautiful. Can you make me a bouquet? I would love to maybe put like a nice bouquet together for Chef Sue's family. I'm sure Sophie would love one too. What about these? And she points to the one that Ivy, you showed us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a meddling move. I think with presents, which is definitely not my strong suit, but you know, that's the way things go sometimes. Well, I have a 0 to presents. It's not negative. Hey, that's a 9. I think that still is a complication. She looks at the ones that she points to and she names a common flower. And she goes, what do you want to put those in there for? And Elisora just kind of shrugs. Well, they're pretty. The purple, I think Sue used to like purple. And she nods. And she goes, yeah, just make sure that if you give them to Sophie, make sure she doesn't use them in a recipe. They're highly poisonous. Elisora nods. Okay, good to know. And Ivy, you can note that we have a poisonous herb that we found in the kitchen.
Obsessed with you accidentally picking Deadly Nightshade just by saying purple.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she says it's Nightshade then. We're going to end the session here. But before we do, I'm going to say that because I think because we have rolled so far 3 times and each time we've rolled with a complication, I'm going to give the 3 of us a condition.
Okay.
And the condition is that Rita is suspicious of us.
The flower shop lady?
The flower shop lady is suspicious of us. Okay, so typically we would do end of session questions, but we're not going to do those because we're going to count this whole little mystery as like at the end of the session. Also because this is a one shot, it really won't be super necessary.
Is it a one shot?
It's a 2 shot.
It's now a 2 shot, yeah.
It's about to be a 2 shot. Okay, so we are going to end it here for the day. The 1 shot definitely turned into a 2 shot. Hopefully not a 3 shot, or hopefully, I don't know. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, if you like the game, check out Jason Cordova over at The Gauntlet. The links are in the show notes. And if you're liking the mystery, check out Meadowlark Games. Same thing, link is in the show notes. And we will have part 2 to be determined. When I can edit it.
And if you liked what you heard today, or so far I should say, and you're enjoying these characters, you should definitely go and check out our main podcast, Tales of 3, which can be found anywhere that you get your podcasts.
Probably right below this one. We just
Honestly,
scroll all the way down to episode 1.
Yeah, but give us a listen. Honestly, the story's pretty fun, and it continues these characters in a little bit of a different light.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like the podcast, if you like our vibe, if you like other people who like this kind of stuff, join our Discord. We do game nights every month. Everybody votes on what they want to do, which is a lot of fun. We've had we've had game nights where we've played Among Us, where we've watched Twilight, where we've just hung out for 2 hours because we were supposed to do something else, but then the conversation was so much fun that we just
There was
vibed.
a Steam sale. There was a Steam sale one time.
There was
we
a
were
Steam
all
sale.
talking about games.
Yes. So yeah, come and join our Discord, meet a bunch of people, maybe meet some new best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And if not, we'll see you next time. No pressure. We'll be here.
No pressure, so much pressure.
No pressure, so much pressure. You better join or else.
Or else I'm in your walls anyways, so.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time, or we'll see you when you start episode 1 of Tales of 3.
Bye!
Bye!
I'm Dusty, and I'm playing Ari and Weira.
I literally knew it. So get it out. Get your rocks off. Get it all in while you can.
Get your rocks off. I'm Dusty, and I am playing a different version of Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfay.
So valid. Or
other ad-lib. I was worried you weren't going to actually read it.
Got nervous. And as the clock, did you see me? No one just saw me side-eye my window as a car drove by. Your best friend. You could tell. Well, not your best friend. Let me hold on. Walk that back.
I was like, they're there. There's Laura there.
She has 2 bags in her hand. She just came out of like a fancy clothing shop. And I take that back. She doesn't have the 2 bags in her hand.
One of her pool boys does.
Also, I love that both of them have the same first letter of their names as Varys and Elisora.
Oh, I love that.
Vincenzo and Eduardo.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, I love that.
She's wearing like long white gloves, I think. And she gets in. I don't know.
She's very high fashion.
I feel like it's fancy. I'm not good at fancy stuff. So, and she gets in.
Never mind.
Okay, she's not. I take them back. She's not wearing long white gloves.
Sorry, I was hacking up alone there for a second.
It's okay. Varys is dead. Okay, moving right along.
Varys has died.
Varys
See you
died.
later. There's poison in his coffee. I love that in their old age, all these raunchy old people.
Yeah. Yes. Listen, you know what they say about like old age homes, right?
They don't just go to bingo. It's not what they're doing there. So.
They're bing banging away.
I like modern day 2-0.
Get your dice ready, babies.